Namaste. I am Dr. Dinesh, consultant in internal medicine working in Apollo Specialty Hospitals, Nellore. Today I want to discuss about common fevers which we will see during these rainy seasons or winter season, which we commonly call as tropical fevers. What are the common fevers? I just want to name few of them which we commonly see, which is a dengue fever, malaria, typhoid, scrub typhus and leptospira. Out of these, which is a burning issue right now, which most of them have so many questions, is dengue fever. So I want to discuss briefly a little bit about dengue fever. What is the cause for dengue fever, symptoms, what are the investigations we should do, and is platelet transfusion really necessary or not, and what is the management of this fever. I want to talk from these lines. So coming to dengue fever is mainly caused by mosquito bite. Not all mosquitoes cause dengue fever. Only one specific mosquito, which is from Aedes group, it causes dengue fever. It doesn't spread with water infection or it doesn't spread with any food infections. Mosquito bite is the only cause for these dengue fevers. So why it has so much importance? What are the symptoms of this dengue fever? Like other viral fevers, the common symptoms what we see in dengue fever is fever, headache, nausea will be there, vomiting will be there, and most important thing is petechial rash, what we call as red color rashes which we see on the face, hands and on the chest regions. With these kind of symptoms, we can say that this might probably be the symptoms for dengue fever. So what are the other symptoms what we see, and which we call a severe form of dengue, which we will say dengue hemorrhagic fever. Dengue hemorrhagic fever is the severe form of dengue fever. We will see bleeding manifestations like blood from nose, what we call as epistaxis, bleeding gums. Sometimes we can see blood in the urine, blood while passing motions, and blood in the vomitus. These we call as hemorrhagic manifestations of dengue, which we need to assess carefully in a hospital. Because these hemorrhagic manifestations are not controlled in time, this might lead to what we call a severe form and final stage of dengue, what we call dengue shock syndrome. Why this? Because these bleeding manifestations will cause fall in BP, increase in heart rate, decrease consciousness, and patient will land up in coma. If we are able to manage dengue fever and diagnose it correctly on time, the mortality risk, what we say, the death rate is less than 1%. If we don't manage it or if we don't diagnose it on time, the death rate will increase to more than 50% if the patient lands up in hypotension, what we call the dengue shock syndrome. So these are the common symptoms which I want to say about this fever. So next, coming to how we will diagnose this dengue fever. What we commonly do is ELISA antibody test, which we will do. And what are the important parameters we should check in these dengue fevers? The important parameters are platelet count, which we can check daily or alternate day based on patient's condition, hematocrit levels, and liver function test, kidney function test, and also peat coagulopathy changes, if anything is there. All these things we should commonly see, which we will do in hospital. What people should know, what public should know normally, and what most of them have so many questions on, is platelet transfusion really necessary or not? Is antibiotics have any role in dengue fever? Does steroids have any role? What is the main treatment of dengue fever? First thing, the treatment for dengue fever is the viral fever, which what we will do is symptomatic treatment. Symptomatic treatment is if there is any fever, we should try to treat the fever, and if there is any fall in blood pressure, we should give fluids. If there is any vomitings or any other symptom, we should treat symptomatically. Main treatment for dengue fever: primary fluids, secondary fluids, and tertiary fluid. Fluid management is important for dengue fever, because because the hypotension, what I said before, if there is any fall in BP, there is a more chance of patient going into shock syndrome, which is a severe form of dengue fever. That's why maintaining BP is most important. So giving lot of fluids or managing with IV fluids is the most important treatment for dengue fever. So is there any role of antibiotics? There is no role of antibiotics in dengue fever, because this is a viral fever. Antibiotics doesn't help in these dengue symptoms. And steroids have no role in using dengue fever. And most important burning topic nowadays is when the platelet should be given to the patient. Is the platelet transfusion is really helpful or not? So the basic guidelines what all of us will follow is platelet transfusion is only required in two conditions. Once, if the platelet count is less than 10,000, Second condition, if there is any bleeding manifestations like gum bleeding, like if there is any blood in the urine, blood in the motion, black color stools, these are the conditions where platelet transfusion is necessary. Platelet transfusion doesn't help in increasing the platelet count. Platelet transfusion is just support to the patient, just to reduce or if possible prevent the bleeding manifestation. This is not helpful in treatment. So dengue fever is symptomatic management. If you are able to manage with IV fluids and supportive medications, even the platelets is less than 10,000 without any bleeding, patient will improve automatically. Platelet transfusion is only necessary when there is any bleeding manifestations. Otherwise, platelet transfusion is not mandatory in these dengue fevers. Most important treatment, as I said before, is supportive treatment. And what we should do, why there is so much of urgency and unnecessary stress in the platelet transfusion, because most of them have this idea of platelet transfusion is required for increase of platelets, which doesn't happen because the virus impact, because of the viral impact, platelets are decreasing. So the platelet will improve automatically when the viral episode comes down. The transfusion is only supportive, which we should do only if any bleeding manifestations is there. This is the most important thing and most important part in dengue fever. Why we should avoid unnecessary transfusion? One more burning question is, when platelet counts are decreasing from 50, 30, 20, why we will wait? Why we won't unnecessarily transfuse platelets? Because unnecessary platelet transfusion will lead to infection, fluid overload, what we call it will affect the lungs, and most important thing, this organ damage can also happen with unnecessary platelet transfusion. So platelet transfusion is only should be given whenever it's mandatory if there is any bleeding manifestations. Unnecessary platelet transfusion should not be given. Why we should diagnose dengue fever as soon as possible? As I said before, if you diagnose dengue fever in time, if the patient is managed adequately with supportive care and fluids, the mortality rate is less than 1%. If we don't diagnose it on time, there is a chance of organ involvement, like heart organ involvement might be there, which will cause myocarditis. Lung involvement might be there, which will cause pneumonia, ARDS. These are the complications which patient might go into. So managing and diagnosing is important for these dengue fevers. So what is the prevention? How we can avoid dengue fevers? Just how we can avoid dengue fever is just to prevent ourselves from mosquito bite. This is the only main thing what is required. So what we should do? So why this dengue fever is more in the rainy seasons is because mosquitoes will be there in the rainy seasons. Why mosquitoes will be there more in the rainy season? Because the breeding sites, because of the rain, there will be water logging in many places, like surrounding our houses, plastic bottles will be there, drainage will be there, or unused tires. All these things, there will be water logging in this. In this water log, which is there for many days, mosquitoes will breed in that. So as far as we can, we should try to clean our surroundings. We should try to dispose any unused tires, any water bottles which have water in it, which is stored for a long time. And also what extra we can do is we can wear long sleeve shirts so that we can prevent ourselves mosquito bite, and bed nets, all these are useful. So most important prevention for dengue fever is to avoid ourselves, to save ourselves from mosquito bite. These are the few common points I want to talk about dengue fever.